Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with My Son. This is Tarun, and I'm joined by my favorite podcaster and partner.
Kian! It's good to be back, everyone.
Hi, Kian, and you are joined by your favorite partner and co podcaster also.
Trisha. Trisha!
Hi, Trisha, welcome back to our podcast.
Hi!
And now, when I told you you'll be a guest on our podcast, you said, I'm not a guest anymore, right?
She said, I'm not a special guest
I'm not a
anymore.
special guest. So Trisha's becoming almost a regular. So I need to call this podcast now Conversation with My Kids. Not just with my son or with my daughter, with my kids, right? I think it's more fun that way. All right. So I today's episodes we're into season 3, Kian. We're progressing along. The last one about jobs got a lot of likes and a lot of attention.
Really?
It did, because people wanted to listen to the kind of advice you had to give. So I thought about it, and I figured let's do an episode on something that's also very close to us and something that most people have over time. Good, bad, ugly differences. And that topic is friends. And since you guys are both in school and you're like friends together, thought we might discuss something about your friends, how your friends are at school, who are your friends, stuff like that. So let me ask you first, Kian. Tell me, do you have a lot of friends in school?
Mm, I think yes.
Yes. You think yes or no?
Yes!
You do have a lot of friends. But out of those many friends, you probably have a few that are really close.
Yes.
And can you tell our listeners a bit more about those close friends?
They're my same. They're the same age as me. Sometimes a little bit younger.
Who are they? Give some names. Let's hear this.
Hmm. Jeremy, Abdallah, Albert, Elan, Dexy, uh, uh, Radwan.
That's a lot. So you've and most of these are from your school, Kian.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you do with your friends in school, outside school? Is it just about hanging out, playing games, football, sports? What do you do?
Yeah, since football got blocked out because for some reason, but but now but now we play games, but sometimes other people who play with us are reluctant to do anything.
Okay,
I like
but you
playing.
tell me, what do you do with your friends then? Okay, if it's not football, what else do you do?
Every Thursday we get to play football, so we play football. Then we uh, I've set up a club. I've set up a club, and we train in our speed and races, and that's and we do lots of games, and that's fun.
So it's mostly about sports and activities.
Yes.
So tell me, Kian, what? So you named about 5 or 6 of boys as your friends. What attracted you to these boys, or what made them your friends?
Mm, they're all kind.
They're kind, and
Mm, they they we all have the same interests:
you have the same interests. Which is
football, Mario, things like that.
so video games as well, and these are things we've talked about before as well.
Mhm.
So you play with them, sports, video games, all kinds of stuff, and that's why you have common interests. But you also like the fact that they're kind.
Yes.
Give me an example of what makes them kind, or why you think they're kind.
Because this one time, I think I had an injury. I think it was on my eye, but not very bad. It didn't have any bruise or anything. And then one of my friends actually came to help me.
Wow. So that's just one though. What makes the other ones kind?
Hmm. The other ones are always there when I need
Good.
them.
Okay. So they're friends you can rely on.
Yeah.
So, Kian, tell me something else. If these are your friends who are kind and you can rely on them, what about people that you're not friendly with or that are less friendly? Have you had people who have been friends before and are not friends anymore?
Yes.
And why did you stop being friends? What happened there?
Um, there's something that happened. They started being rude.
Rude. Okay. So you don't like rude people and you don't like being friends with rude people.
No, I don't.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's pause there for a second. So I want to ask our other podcaster, Trisha. Let's hear a bit about your friends. Do you have a lot of close friends in around you?
Not me, but I've got three.
Can you name them? Who are these three?
Khadija, Alice, Harriet.
Khadija, Alice, and Harriet. Wow. Okay. And like Kian, are they also all three of your school friends?
Yes.
Yes. So tell me a bit. So Kian said his friends have similar interests and they're kind and that's why he likes them. Can you tell me a bit more about yours? What makes them your friends?
Khadija likes playing with me because we she likes Elsa like me, and sometimes she plays with me, Elsa and Anna. Similar
right.
interest as well.
So similar interests as
Yeah.
you.
And sometimes play moms and sisters.
Mums and sisters. And then what about you mentioned two others, Alice and Harriet. What about them? They're your friends too. Do they
Yeah.
have similar interests as well?
Yeah, but they like playing moms and sisters' birthday.
Okay, so you guys play similar stuff together. What about, like Kian said, he likes friends who are kind. Do you have friends like that? Are your friends kind as well? Is that
Yeah,
why you like them?
One of my but one of my old friends.
So you have friends who are also kind. You like them. They're friendly, and you like playing with them. That's why you're friends with them.
Yeah.
Do both of you consider each other a friend?
Yeah. Yes.
And do you play a lot together?
Yes. Yeah.
You do. Would you say, Kian, that Trisha is your best friend?
Yes.
Trisha, would you say Kian is your best friend?
Yes.
So what? There are many siblings that don't get along or don't play together, but you
We
guys
sometimes don't.
not yeah, but generally you guys play together. What makes you be able to play with each other?
Kind of same interest as well.
Same interests. But Trisha doesn't like football as much. So what makes her and you play together?
She likes the sort of battling stuff because it happens in Frozen, and when the good guys win, and the last game we played was when there was these baddies, and we had to build an army, and the and the and 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 our and an air force to stop them, and we nearly used up lots and lots of our cars and all our planes, and we even made an airport.
Wow.
And Trisha and me have both like things like Trisha and me both like planes, and we both like cars.
Is that true, Trisha?
Yes. And we both like going to the airport. Yes.
You both like traveling, right?
Yes.
And you both now travel to quite a few places together, which makes it fun as well. That makes you get along even more.
But the thing that's the most that we have in common is we love stopping the baddies.
Stopping the baddies, Trishi.
Yeah.
You also like stopping the baddies.
Yeah.
Is that why you play well with Kian?
Yeah.
Okay, so now
the bad guys are Opaline and Bowser.
But they're not your friends, right?
Yeah.
Opaline and Bowser cannot be your friends because they're not the goodies.
They're not real.
And they're not kind either. Oh, they're not real, Trisha. Yes, of course, they're not real. So that's why. That's amazing. Okay. Let me ask you one more question about friends. So you guys both have a lot of close friends in school, but what about friends outside in some of your other activities? Have you made a lot of friends there
Football.
in football, or Trisha, for you in ballet, or
Yeah.
in other activities that you do?
We have, and 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 actually, I follow the same thing that I do with my school friends. Rude, not rude. Same interests,
Right.
kind.
Okay. Do you think, Kian, you would be sad if some of these friends would not be your friends over the long term, or are you expecting these friends to be short term only?
I'm not expecting them to be short term.
You want them to be long term. You like them that much.
Yes.
Trisha, what about you? Do you think your friends will be with you for long term, or are these short term friends?
Short term.
Short term. So you're still young. You think you'll make new friends as you go along, right? Yes.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, so we've made good progress on your friends. I like listening to what you guys have to say about your friends. Any questions for me, Kian?
What did you play when you were younger with your friends?
With my friends. So in India, we played a lot of cricket together. Sometimes I would play tennis with my friends. Occasionally, we would play football with my building friends. So it depended on the time of the year, the season, and the different activities that were going on. But those were the main sports we played in India. In school with classmates, we would we would play baseball, or like catching the ball, or different other kind of stuff. But those were the main things we played.
Wow. I wish we could have football again. I miss it.
You do have football. You play football
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, but in school, it's boring when it's not Thursday. But those other games keep us busy.
What other questions you have for me?
Mm, Where did you play?
Where did we play? In our building, in school, in all of these places. But Kian, that's just about playing. That's not about my friends. Any other questions?
Uh, the questions about your friends. What were your friends like?
My friends are a mix. They're a bit like me. They're kind of like your friends. The ones that I made friends with over time were the kind ones, the nice ones, the not so rude ones, the ones that were helpful and there when I needed them. And many of those friends have been with me for many years now. So you've met some of my friends in India, actually, who've been around for many years, and since we were uh, in kindergarten. There are some friends I made in university in the US. I think you met some of them as well. And then there are business school friends like Rohit and Kayus, and many others that you've met that were made in business school. And of course, your favorite and my best friend, your mom, who was also from business school.
um, but judging by what you are now, I think they were also naughty.
They were naughty. Yes, of course. Some of them were very naughty, some were less naughty. Some became naughtier over the years. You know what they say, right? Men become naughty at the age of 40. So after we turned 40, we all became very naughty. But yeah, those are my friends, Key, and they're similar, and many of those friends, as I said, have lasted for many years. So I'm lucky to have those friends that I can turn to when I need something, or when uh, help is required.
Trisha, why don't you give Papa a question about his friends? Um,
Yes, Trisha.
um, what does your friends like to do with you?
What do my friends like to do with me? Now we're old or we're older, so we don't play as much. We're not doing as much sports, so we end up just hanging out and chatting, and you know, if they drink beer, then we go to the pub. If they drink coffee, we go to coffee shops, and all those kinds of things. And then now that many of those friends have kids, we plan our activities around you guys so that you can hang out with their kids. So it becomes more about a friend date and a play date.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Cool. Okay, Key and Trisha, I think we've had a fairly good episode on Friends. As is always, Key, and I'm going to ask you for the last words of advice or tips that you would like to give our listeners before we sign off.
Choose your friends carefully because sometimes if your friends aren't are are not are not good, you usually they influence you.
Correct. And you don't want the bad influences in life, right? You want the good ones. So you want to make sure that the friends you choose are good and have a good influence on your life. Is correct?
Yes.
Trisha, how about you?
Try to like sports like tennis or football.
Try to like sports like tennis or football so you can play those with your friends, right?
Yes.
Correct. All right. Kiddos, thank you for your time again. Trisha, great to have you back on our episode. And we won't be calling you a special guest anymore because you're almost like one of us now. So great to have you here. And until next week, see you next time.
See you next time.
Dial in and listen to your podcast wherever you do on Spotify or Apple, 10 a.m. UK time every Friday. See you next week. Bye bye.